All right, YouTube, what's up? Welcome channel, Christopher Lee. This is Christopher Lee Shreds today. We're changing nuts, baby. Check. This is my AX7221, and this is its crappy plastic nut that is stock, and I think is part of the problem as to why this will not hold its tune. So what we're gonna do is, I've already loosened the strings. We're gonna replace it with this here Black TUSQ. This was like 12 bucks. So I'm sure no matter what, it's going to be a better upgrade, and hopefully it helps out with this tuning stability. It's like this. I'm going to score the nut, take off the truss rod cover, score the nut with a razor blade, and let's see if we can get it out. All right, YouTube, so the nut is off. Let me show you what I did. It took very little pressure. You just need some wood, a wooden straight edge, a straight edge of some kind. What I used was a piece of wood. Covered up the nut like so. Here's where the nut was. I covered it, used an angle on the wood, and then tap, and you could feel it come right off. Came right out, no problem. In fact, mine didn't even leave any real gunk in there, really. So I will a little bit on here. What I'll do is I'll get some steel wool or grit, whatever you want, something gritty, fine, and just kind of wipe in there, clean it off real quick. Okay, so now the frets are nice and shiny. Let's see if we can get. Yeah, they're just reflecting everything there. Looks very good now. And now let's do the do for this. Okay, so we have the guitar, the frets polished. I put the truss rod cover back on. Now we are going to just take some glue, put some on the bottom here, and not a lot, maybe 1, 2, 3 dots, and just kind of get this thing on there. I did have to sand with the nail file here a little corner here because it was kind of like an imperfection. There was like a ridge, you know, and it wouldn't have fit flush unless I sanded it. So that had to happen. So nail files, it's always good to have some. Keep them around, especially for when it comes to doing any nut work. So this needed a little bit of nail file. Let's add the glue. Let's get set in there. So, all right, so I put, the bottom of these kind of had those holes. I put 2 dots in the holes and 1 in the middle. And I set it down here, and I just kind of got it with pressure, just kind of putting it there. It feels perfectly flush on each side. It's just, it doesn't need to be that precise of a job, for me at least. So we're going to let this sit for a second. Actually, I really don't need to. I'm just going to get this strung up. And since we've got it all bare bones, and I've polished these frets, I'll go ahead and treat the fretboard with, treat this rosewood, darken it up with some of my my Axe Wax, Dr. Duck. That is the brand that I use. 1 bottle lasts 20 years, so I buy 3 bottles and try to forget about it. But let's get this baby, this fretboard all dialed in. All right, YouTube. So the nut is installed. It was a really super easy process, to the point where it makes you feel like, I can do all kinds of stuff on guitar. But no, yeah, it slid right out, no problem. Installation was easy enough. Just a couple drops of Elmer's glue. I didn't use Gorilla Glue. I didn't use Crazy Glue in fear that if for some reason I have to take this nut off, or who knows, maybe I upgraded to an all brass nut, or who knows. But I just went with normal Elmer's glue, multi-purpose. Just a little bit, not a lot. When I was stringing it back up, the nut was still loose. So that's fine. Once you get the string on there, the tension from the string should be enough to hold it in place. So if I break a string, well, I'm gonna basically just do it one at a time from here on out. The frets have been polished. There's no real reason to do a complete restring again. So let's check out what it sounds like with some clean tonage. You know, again, this guitar is not going to be used for clean tones. If I do use it for clean tone, it's going to be something spooky like I can remember how to play. So let's hear some strings. Bad, considering, let's get this, any chorus off of there, any reverb off of there. Let's get all that off of there. Okay, so yeah. G strings a little out here. Let's tune up together and see what it does. Now, I did intonate it, and I did the old open string to the 12th fret, and you know, basically if your 12th and your open string are the note that it should be, you should relatively be good. Oh yeah, the whole guitar went flat a little bit. See, these are new strings though. So let's try that one more time. So I do have theories on this guitar having just dead zones in the frets. It might need a refret. See, that is a G, and it's just terribly terrible. So let's see if we can just get that low E to intonate. Just a little. Get rid of this delay. No delay. So it's still not the greatest of chord guitars, but before we were really in the realm of unplayable. So now we're at least in a playable mode. Put a little reverb on there. I'm a little bit, and it's all extreme. Yeah, that's a lot of reverb. See, sometimes I still like the controlling, even though I'm using the app, I still kind of like to control it right there with just, you know, the knob. See, I just dialed it in. Is it perfect? No, but if you go back to my other video and hear what it was like before, it's so much better now. So yeah, tuning issues, I would say about 98% solved. It's still, that low E comes out, but if you throw in some you know, more gain Freeman, you add more gain. Let's go to the my main distortion sound, which is basically on this one, it is the line 6 badon. I don't know, I still like it. So it seems to be holding tune pretty good here. So, something a little less gain. Let's go with this preset. It's called Orange Green Rat. I'm not sure. Let's try that. Still a lot of freaking gain on there. Hold on. A little better now. Seems to be right in the middle. Like every possible setting is gunned right at 12 o'clock. Very strange. Well, still though, you can hear the... Let's do a tune check. One last tuning check. Okay, the low B is dropped out a little. With a little flat there. Still good on that. Still good on that. So just went a little flat on some of those other notes. Oh. So, what have we learned today? We've learned that getting the nuts off of this style guitar, in my opinion, is very easy compared to like the Strat that I upgraded, my old 1992 neck that I had from a Squire Korean-made maple neck. That nut was really in there. I mean, I tried every which way but loose to get it out. I did get it out. But I took a little bit of the guitar with it. Excuse my dirty fingernails. I know that's a YouTube pet peeve. But I was out being dirty. So, long story short here. The new nut, I'd 100% recommend it. Installation was super easy. Please don't go out and have a guitar tech do this for you. You can intonate and you can replace a nut on your own, and the only thing that it cost me was the cost of this nut, which was $12, shipping included. So super easy. Sorry, I just realized my face was probably in the camera. Super easy. This guitar is now a playable beast of a guitar. I'm very happy. Like I said, it's going to hold its tune. These strings, I think I don't know if it's a matter of stretching the strings, getting them used to this new nut, this new tension, or if maybe one day I might have to just kind of file in there. But I do feel like, not that the action is tall, but it could be lower and it wouldn't hurt anything. Let's put it that way. So maybe one day I'll get crazy and I'll have these saddles, because I never really mess with the heights on these things. So maybe I will mess with the height on it. Usually it's, as long as it's not awkwardly high or they're not buzzing, I don't mess with it. But still, very, very fun guitar. And now it is a very playable guitar. So thanks for watching my boring video about getting a new nut, baby. If you like it, hit like and subscribe. We're going to have some more videos in the pipeline soon.